Hello, hello. It's first big snowfall of winter, and I haven't been over to the house for a couple of days, so I'm just gonna cruise over and check up on things, see how things are holding up in this weather. Let's see. Take a different route. Show you the latest. We'll go over that when we get there. Need new wiper blades. My wipers are more of smearers than wipers at the moment. But you know, they still kind of work. I'm going to turn here and we're going to cut through more of the guts of kind of Midtown area. Get an idea of how the density changes between like city proper and it thinning out towards my place. I've also got a crack in my washer bottle, like the reservoir that holds my window washy fluid. So I need to replace that because I've got no washy fluid. And in winter it's nice to have like an antifreeze kind of solution in there so you can cut through the ice in your windscreen a bit better. I've got the new reservoir, I just need to like bloody take my engine bay apart, dig out the old one, put a new one in, put it back together, you know, car stuff. This building up here on the left, focusing, is sick, and it's just got this one stairwell on the outside. It's really cool. No idea what the building is. Driving down Milwaukee, which is one of these streets, runs parallel to Grand Boulevard. Flashing red is a stop sign, so we do a little stop there. So nice and moody. I love this weather. With the snow sprinkling down and the steam kind of pouring out of the streets. It's cool. catch every single light. That's good. Gives us lots of time to sit and think about stuff, doesn't it? Rather than having to constantly fight for our life. Wrestle this giant vehicle under control, you know? That's enough. Oi. We go straight. Actually, no, let's do it. Wake up. And then we'll go down this one. Baltimore. So coming up is like a kind of cool kind of industrial art area where there's like an art park and this recycling centre where people make cool stuff out of old stuff. There used to be an aeroplane just sitting here on the left, but they put the aeroplane away. So right here, there's this place, which is some Henry Ford thing. Amazing nightclub here on the left, Marble Bar. Massive respect, Marble Bar. Big shout out. Love that place. It's the first place I had. It's the first like indoor place that I had a good dance here in Detroit. It's amazing. They get some really good DJs in there. Now we're on Ferry Park, and we're just a mere couple of corners away from my place. So you can see between quite built-up city, just a couple of minutes ago, we're already into like almost semi-rural kind of environment with a lot of empty lots and some abandoned houses. This area is undergoing a bit of a transformation at the moment, and a lot of these houses are currently being rehabbed. There's dumpsters everywhere, people filling them up with demolition stuff from their houses, and yeah, it's coming along. I feel like I got pretty lucky in a lot of ways, scoring the building I did in the area that it's in, especially in the condition that it's in. It's cleaned up real good. So I've been doing some other stuff too, which I'm excited to share. If you've sat through this entire driving bit, good on ya. I will repeat most of what I've said here in the next section at the house, so you're not missing out on much. Oh, here we go, Linwood, turn left here. So just next to us, we just drove past the new bus stop, the Daniel and Jordan, and then Northwest Goldberg Cares organisation put in, which is pretty nice. Pretty nice indeed. And here we go. Oh, we got snow on the roof. Oh, look at her. Isn't she nice and cozy? I'm not going to park on the grass because it's going to be a muddy mess and I might never get out. So I'll just park up here next to it, like this. And that's a view down the street. This house here on the left, abandoned, same with the one next to it. But even just me rehabbing this house on the street is transforming the street, and more of these houses are going to be coming to life in the next like year or two. So that's pretty cool. So we're in the basement now. Let me just give it a little wipey. First thing, I've got this. So this is my water meter. I think I might have shown you this before, but this is on now because we're in freezing temps. I've got this pipe warming cable wrapped around my water main to stop it from freezing and bursting when it gets super cold. I also have this bad boy. Check it out. This is a kerosene torpedo heater. We'll fire it up. Let's see. So that thing just cranks. It's like forced induction kerosene heat. It's no carbon monoxide, it's clean. Slight odour, but the amount of heat it spits out is great. So I got it so that I could like work down here fairly comfortably. It'll just lift the temperature. It won't be warm enough to like work in a t-shirt or anything, but I got it to just so I can work with thin gloves, not thick gloves. But yeah, it costs about $3 an hour to run it, so we want to use it sparingly. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I've spent the last couple of days in quite a lot of pain, and it was worth it. Sorry, I was picking up some tools there. I'll show you what caused it. So what I've done is, look here above us, you can see electric cables disappearing up into the floor. So, and then if we follow these cables along, you can kind of see they come here. So they come from over there, here, then they go all the way through. And this was just like this kind of arms in the air, just pulling these wires through these holes. And because there's two through the one hole, there was a bit of resistance. So there was a lot of like arms in the air, twisting, pulling, getting these wires through. And I was a man possessed. I just could not stop doing this wiring work. I'll show you upstairs what that's about. But yeah, from all of that arms in the air, twisting, pulling overhead, really done a mischief to a muscle in my back, and it's just been absolute. Yesterday was a nightmare. I had to lie down pretty much the entire day with like a heat pack on my back, and it was just very, very painful. That kind of back pain that you feel in your chest, like right in your sternum, oof, it was terrible. I'm fairly confident it's just a muscle pain. There wasn't a single moment where I went, bad. So I don't think it was like spine or ligament or anything. It just came on slowly and gradually, steadily got worse and worse. So it's just some delayed onset muscle soreness and a pretty hardcore spasming muscle in my back. So I've been treating it with a little bit of medicinal 100% legal material available here, which is great, muscle relaxant. Which is nice, and it's just starting to feel better today. It's still, if I lean the wrong way, it's real bad. Anyway, so these two wires, come into the breaker box. Neutral goes over to this side, to the neutral bar. The hot, which is the black wire, you see it? The black wire, this one here. That goes into the hot, that goes into the breaker itself, these guys. And then the ground, which is the bare copper wire, goes to the ground bar. And we've got ourselves a bloody circuit. So let's go upstairs and see what this circuit is all about. Let's take a little tour. I'm gonna go up the stairs. This is all a bit of a mess still. I know, I need to tidy it up. I just get so distracted by other stuff. I just like end up ignoring the obvious mess. Okay. So here we are upstairs. Oh, look at that, there's lights. So, I turned them on before I started this video. So here I've got one outlet. So that's connected to one of those wires. And this is ready to I can springboard off there and I can wire this entire room from there. I'll join another wire on and just keep going until the whole room's wired up. I've got a spot here to put in another box. I'm not sure, I think I'll have that on a separate circuit so that I've got each room having a separate circuit. I know that according to code, you have to have a dining room on its own circuit. Kitchen has to be on its own circuit. So just in order to follow logic, I'm just going to keep every room on its own circuit. You can also see the insulation all patched up there. And with light, I can work here around the clock. All I need now is a toilet, which I'm not far off. I just need to fill in I just need to patch up the concrete downstairs in the basement. And yeah, I don't think I'm going to have any outlets on this. Oh, actually I might have one. Yeah, I've got to get an outlet to that far corner. Code says you have to have the furthest distance you can have between any two outlets in a room is 12 feet. So you've got to have one every 12 feet. So I'll have to have at least one in this wall, one in that short wall. I'll just I think I'll put one around there. I'm also thinking I might build out the bay here. So the bay window with just like a big bench which squares off the room and fills in the bay so you can kind of perch. I think that'll be really nice, and then that can be storage and stashy spot. So that's it for in here. This is the really exciting thing in here. Oh, hang on. Spoiler. This is the front room. Oh, I left the window open. There we go. Better. And so what I've done here, this is also what did my back in, because I was just going hard on this, is I have got an outlet here, an outlet there, a light switch. That light switch is for the closet. Closet light. Sick, hey? And then that is going to be a light switch for the room. And I've got the whole, I'm just waiting for the box. There's a special box that you can get for, because all my ceiling boxes are going to be hardcore ceiling fan compatible ones. And there's a metal box that comes with a fancy bracket and stuff. It's only $8. And it's for old and new construction, but there's a way that the bracket comes off and you can fix the bracket in there and then put the box up in the thing. So I'm just waiting for those to arrive, and then I can wire up this circuit. And then the last thing I need to do in here is another outlet on this little piece of wall here. And then we'll be good. I'm not sure if code is going to require that I have an outlet on that exterior wall. I'm not going to put one there. I don't really need one there. And I can run anything from that box if need be. So yeah, that was fun. Teaching myself teaching myself electrical was really cool, with a lot of YouTubing as well, to get the finer points, the legalities and everything. Like the National Electric Code is very thorough, so most questions on the code you can find online. There's just tons of material. The one thing that I messed up in this room is, you can probably see in there, so there's a white wire. Can you see that? You see the white wire? There's yellow coming in, so that's the feed, which is branching off that outlet. And then that is joining up to another feed directly, and then it's also through this switch to the white wire, which is the feed for this light in here. That light. Boing. See the white wire coming into the light. So I thought, in order to make sure that the differentiation was easy enough to identify down the line, if I have to change anything, when I dig into this, I can be like, yep, white wire, light. But this is a 20 amp circuit in this room, and the white wire is 14 gauge, and 14 gauge can have a maximum breaker size of 15 amps. So I've actually, it's super low risk. Like, a light fixture probably isn't going to overload, probably isn't going to trip like a 15 amp breaker or a 20 amp breaker, but I need to change this room to a 15 amp circuit in order for this to be legal. I could like refish those wires, but I'm just going to downgrade the circuit. Nothing super, there's not going to be anything super energy hungry running in this room anyway. Some lamps, maybe a computer, that's about it. So that's it. Oh, and so what happens is, everywhere that there's a change in direction for the wire, you have to make a hole, because luckily that hole was already there in the top plate. But every time you change direction, you have to make a hole so that you can like fish it in the new direction, especially if you're going a long distance. So I've had to make a hole everywhere. This one here was when we came out of the closet wall and went into this wall. We went down here, and then that kind of goes around the corner. And so you just like drill big holes in the structure, and you just sort of move the wire along like a stage at a time. Works out sweet. But yeah, now I've got my back's feeling really good now, actually. It really helps to like get out and about. But yeah, I just came to the house to check up on things, and everything's great. And how good's electricity?